What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys didn't know, I was in South Korea and Taiwan for around 3 weeks. I'm finally back home in LA and can't wait to show you guys what I got from Korea and also Taiwan, but mostly Korea. I got a few things. I didn't buy a whole lot this time because my suitcase was really limited on the stuff that I could bring back home, but I did get some stuff and I just wanted to share with you guys what I got. First off is a snack that my friend recommended me to get while in Korea, and he actually bought one of them and shared it with me, and I was like, wow, this is too freaking good. I was mind blown by the texture, by the taste, and it is the Haichu, but the premium version, which I've never seen before in the States. This might be an Asia exclusive, but guys, this is so freaking good. When I took the first bite, I was mind blown because I didn't know how to describe this piece of candy. It's not like a regular Haichu. It's like in between hard and soft, so like a good middle ground of, you know, what the texture is. But this is what it looks like. This is the grape flavor. If I go back to Japan, I am buying like 5 packs of these. It's so freaking good. When I went to Korea, I went to the Muji store. Originally, I wanted to go to the really big one in Japan, but I just didn't have that much time on both of my trips. So I finally made time while I was in Korea. And I got these socks from Muji, which were really cheap. They're both around 4,500 won each, I believe. So it's like pretty cheap. I think that's like $2 or $3 for the price. These are really high quality. I can just tell. It feels really nice in the hands, it has this very warm texture to them. So once they're on your feet, it will definitely keep you warm through the cold months. I also got briefs as well, and I got another one, but I didn't know where it went. Yeah, 2 of these. Also really cheap, 7,900 won. I went to this place called Hwadam-sup Botanic Garden in Korea. It's a little bit of a trek from Seoul Station, around 2.5 hours. You do have to make a day trip if you want to go there. But while I was there, I was checking out the souvenir shop and I came across this perfume scent. It's maple. It smelled so good. I feel like out of all the scents that I've smelled in my life when it comes to perfume, this one is right at the top. And even the person next to me was mind blown. She was like, whoa, like this smells really good. And then I smelled it and I was convinced. So I actually use Google Translate right now to see what the back of this says, and it pretty much says that this is a car air freshener. So it's meant to be used in small spaces. So you just pop this open and then you just leave this hanging somewhere in the inside of your car. So it's not incense. I wish it was because this smells amazing. And this one is not from Korea, this is actually from Taiwan, but it's hamster wearing a Pikachu hat. I actually won this in a claw machine game while me, Liz, and Ghost Bear were in Taiwan. And I was super happy because I am not good at claw machine games. I think this is my first or second try that I did it, and yeah, I got it. So a little keychain right here, so I can just put this on my backpack and be very Gen Z. And the final one is my most expensive purchase that I got in Korea. It's from Solwasu. This is one of the more popular facial brands out there. It has really good reviews. I actually bought this at the official headquarters. I got their 2-hour facial and body massage treatment. I wasn't able to film anything over there, obviously, but yeah, that was really, really amazing. So this set comes with a lot of things. Everything is right here, nicely displayed. So I'm just gonna read off of what it says here. This is concentrated ginseng rejuvenating cream. So this one, you just put it on your face and your skin will be silky smooth. And this one is pretty much the same thing, except it is in spray form. Oh, no, it's actually lotion. I just spilled some over there, but ooh, smells good too. This one is the gentle cleansing foam. And this is the main one right here. Can I just say, I just love the texture of this bottle. It is very, very high quality. This is the first care activating serum. And this is also kind of like a lotion where you can just, you know, put it on your face. And originally I was really interested in just this, but the masseuse who did my facial and massage convinced me to pretty much get this whole set because I can get it for a little bit cheap. which I did. I don't regret it at all, even though it was a little bit expensive. Korea is known for their beauty products, and I wanted to experience it firsthand what this looks like. I think from here on out, I'm gonna do quite a bit of skincare and facial care as I go into my 30s and into my 40s. So that's super important. I'm probably gonna say this was around 100 to maybe like 130 for this set. But yeah, I'm super stoked to use this. If you guys are out in Korea planning to visit, you can't go wrong with this brand right here. My throat was getting a little dry from talking, so I decided to take a quick trip to Dutch Bros to get their new seasonal drinks.
Hi there, is the order for mojito?
Makito, yeah. And when are you guys doing the holiday drinks until? Like, when do they last?
I think January 1st is the last day.
Okay.
Because I think we are going to roll out some new drinks for the new year. I think it's when we run out, or we'll stop serving January 1st.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then you should be all set today.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Of course. Have a good one.
Just went to one of my favorite coffee chain places in the world, Dutch Bros. I got their new seasonal drink. This is the hazelnut truffle iced mocha. I got the salted caramel with chocolate and macadamia nut and candy cane sprinkles, light ice, half and half milk. And I'm about to try this. I'm really stoked for this drink because I've never had their Christmas seasonal drinks before. So let's taste it. Dude, this is good. Not surprised because Dutch Bros, but I'm feeling really festive after drinking this. Also got 2 shots of espresso on this, so you know it's gonna keep me awake for these long editing session nights because I'm gonna have a lot of those in the next coming weeks. Really good. 2 thumbs up for me. I give this one a 9 out of 10. I'm a very observant person, and whenever I go to a new country, I like to just take everything in, people watch and see their body language and how they interact with other people and how they interact with the environment. I think that's super interesting. So I noticed a few things about South Koreans that kind of stood out to me. The first one is that everyone was well groomed, especially the guys, well, the girls and the guys. But for the guys, I saw that everyone was well shaved. I saw no beards or mustaches in sight compared to like America or even Japan. But in Korea, that's not a thing. I did not see any guy with a beard and a mustache. And I was really surprised. Well, I shouldn't be surprised because it's Korea. I was pretty much the only one that had facial hair. So just seeing the people around me with no facial hair kind of had that subtle underlying pressure for me to shave almost every day, which I usually don't do when I'm at home in LA. So that was the thing I noticed. Another thing is I didn't notice anyone wearing a graphic tee, any kind of jacket or t-shirt that has, letters right here or a picture or some kind of design. There was none of that. Everyone was wearing outerwear and they're sticking to one usually neutral tone color, which I thought was super interesting. But that's very much the Korean aesthetic. It's these very neutral, earthy tones, like a beige coat, and it's usually just one color. And very simple, very minimal, very clean. That's pretty much what summarizes modern Korean fashion aesthetics. Unlike Japan, I heard quite a bit of people talking on their phones while on the trains. Some of them were pretty loud, others weren't, but that's one of the things I noticed, even though sometimes there are signs on the train that says, don't talk on the phone while inside the train. Another one is I noticed that a lot of Koreans tend to just keep it to themselves. They don't really go out of their way to talk to strangers, or I don't really get this outgoing vibe from them. Here in LA, someone might come up and talk to you, just have like a friendly conversation or compliment the way you dress. There was none of that in Korea. People just kept it to themselves, or if they're in like a friend group, they just talk to just their friend group. I feel like in Japan though, people are a little bit more open to that, just from my experience. Everyone loves taking selfies and photos. So while I was in Hwadam Sup, everyone was just taking out their selfie sticks. People that were solo traveling were also doing that. It was pretty crazy, and I feel like every photo spot that I went to, people were just taking photos with their phones. It was pretty wild, to say the least. My Korean friend Grace told me that a lot of Koreans actually travel to different parts of Korea, do like a weekend trip just to take photos and just to like explore their country, which I commend them for that. I feel like a lot more people need to get out, not be in their homes, and just kind of explore the world. But I feel like South Koreans are sometimes kind of like in their own little world. This one was very apparent, but drivers, especially taxi drivers, are really aggressive over there. Some of them don't even care where if like a person is crossing, they wouldn't run, obviously they wouldn't run them over, but they would go super fast, like right in front of them. I think I've seen like 1 or 2 instances of that. And you know, it's a bit chaotic in the streets when you can hear a lot of honking. It wasn't like New York bad, but I noticed that there was a lot of honking compared to, let's say, one of the bigger cities in Japan. And the last thing I noticed was that they dress a lot more classier than Japan, meaning, you know, during this time in autumn, it can get a little bit chilly, but there are also warm hours too, especially around maybe 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. when the sun is out. And it can get pretty warm, especially inside the trains where there's no AC. But even with that, Korean people just love to just dress in outerwear. A lot of people were still wearing jackets, coats, even though it was a little bit warm outside. And I was scratching my brain why that was, because as for me, someone who's from SoCal, I had to take all that off and just be in jeans and a t-shirt. But I talked to my friend Grace, and she said one of the reasons why they dress really classy without showing any skin is to preserve the lightness of their skin tones so it doesn't touch the sun rays. I was like, that's actually very true. That's one of the reasons why a lot of Koreans are light-skinned, and also because of their beauty standards and facial skincares. I remember one time me and my friend Tim were in a taxi, and for some reason our taxi driver did not want to put on the AC. Every 5 minutes while we were cruising, he would pull down the window for a little bit, maybe like 30 seconds, and then he would pull the window back up. And it would be a repeat of that every 5 minutes or so. And me and Tim were in the back end, we were getting toasted because it was so warm inside the taxi. And after we got off, we started chatting about why taxi drivers here don't put on the AC, and it wasn't just one taxi driver. This was maybe a few instances where they didn't really put on the AC for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe someone in the comments can let me know why that is. But even on the trains, they didn't really put on the AC. I think it was one of the newer trains that I rode on had AC, and I was like, hallelujah. That's how much I wanted the AC, because it can get really hot inside the trains, even if the weather is cool outside. So yeah, that's some of the things that I noticed while in South Korea. Overall, I had such an amazing time in Korea. It's the second Asian country that I've visited besides Japan, and it's the first country that I've ever solo traveled to. So Korea holds a special place in my heart. I'm already starting to plan my next trip to Korea, and I can't wait to be back. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay gold, fam.